What's up, Fire Nation? It's your boy Rico, along with my little big cousin G-Baby and our boy Raul, the Zookeeper, and we are the Friendly Fire Podcast, the hottest podcast on either side of the Mississippi. And this is the Certified Lover Boy Review. The way
CLB.
too early CLB review.
We got enough. This is the we lived with it long enough review.
It's been less than a week.
Nah, you was ready to just bury the Donda joint.
No, I was not.
You was track 2. Jay-Z was all right, but whatever. I'm over it.
I thought it was okay album. We spoke about that. How we doing today, fellas? Wellness check.
We doing all right.
Doing all right.
Doing all right.
We have to get through
No,
this.
I'm doing good, but I'm all right. I'm good, but I'm all right, you know?
What, Zoo? What?
We have to go through this BBL Drake. Calling them that on Twitter.
Oh
my God.
This
This is your episode,
This
though.
is my
This
episode?
your
All right.
So you take the lead
I'm
on
going to
this
take the
one.
lead.
Now
So,
here, he's been listening. I heard him. He was bumping R. Kelly on the way
He was
in.
playing it backwards
like,
and was
yo.
spitting it
Oh
backwards.
my
So I was
God.
like, yo, he really liked this album.
I did enjoy the album. I will not lie. I enjoyed the album. I don't think it's a classic in any shape, form of the word. I think it was a really good album. I think he had his lazy moments where he was just like, this is going to be catchy. He got his tracks that he know going to either hit on the radio or on TikTok, which is smart marketing. But, like, yeah, I don't think it was a classic. But we will start off with...
That was the whole review right there.
Yeah, the
What
features
else came
carried.
out?
Let's go.
All
All right, go ahead.
Let's start. Number one, Champagne Poetry.
I liked
That was
it.
a good intro.
I really liked
Drake
it.
is known for really good intros.
It was a good intro. I'm not gonna lie.
It ain't the-
I'm not a hater.
I don't know if it's
I
top
am
3,
here.
but it's a good intro. It's not his best intro, but it's up there.
It's up
Yeah.
there.
It's
definitely
up there. But
All
I
right.
liked it. The beat was crazy.
Yeah,
the little sample was nuts.
Man, I think that
It kept catching me. Every
Man.
time it came on, I was like, yo.
For
oh,
real.
yeah.
Good intro.
we have number 2, Poppy's Home, which sampled Charlie Wilson.
It's not a fan favorite.
Yeah, it's
I know,
alright.
but I kind
Really?
of liked it. I
like
liked
that.
it.
I like that
I
a
didn't
lot.
like Nicki at the end. I'm not a fan
That
of
was-
that.
that was-
I'm not a fan of that
It's alright.
corny
If
stuff.
you, my thing is, if you gonna get on the rap, like
Right.
I've never been a fan of when like what you were saying with the off season when
Oh,
he
the
did it with-
camera.
It's like, bro, if you on him rap, don't
Like,
speak.
all right, you
Right.
could have
That's
dropped
true.
50 name once. So you could have did something.
Don't be scared now.
Don't be scared.
Okay,
Right.
so what did you think of it?
No, it's cool. It's cool.
I liked it. The beat
not-
was
I know
cool.
you said that you had cause I saw your Snapchat. You said you had 7 for sure that's going on your plate.
No, let's relax.
That's what you
Oh,
said.
6.
We'll
Oh,
get
I'm
to it.
sorry,
We'll
I'm
get to
sorry.
it. We'll get
Okay,
to it.
all right.
6.
All right,
Oh, yeah, you
are
trying
either
to
these
speed
2
through
on
this.
the
Oh no.
I gave you a time
Hey man,
to
what's
talk
next, man?
about
No
it.
friends in the industry.
All right, number 3, which is Starred.
I'll tell you guys which one's going.
All
Drake
right.
had a coming out party on that one.
We had Girls Want Girls with Lil Baby where
Yeah.
Mr. Graham opened up about his
Open about his
lesbianism.
sexuality. He's a lesbian.
Hey, it's 2021.
That's probably one of the worst flips of that. Oh, you like girls? Me too.
Me too, yeah.
What a coinky dink. That was.
I just so happen to be a lesbian as
Oh.
well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was. It
was
wasn't
being-
that funny back in grammar school.
Yeah,
We used to
yeah.
try to get it off.
he,
all
was,
the
he, was,
time.
he was being vulnerable.
Being vulnerable.
Right?
Not the time with little babies.
What y'all think about Lil Baby's
The
verse?
BBL Drake.
Okay. PPL. That's never not gonna be a funny nickname.
I'll get to it more throughout, but that one wasn't really a go back. For
Nah.
me. I was
It
like
was-
a one and done. I
yeah.
was sure. Make 2 or 3. I've heard it as many times as I've listened to the album, so about 4 times.
I haven't gone back to look for that specific
I haven't,
song, no.
yeah.
It wasn't.
But we'll get into
like
that.
I said, number 4, we got In the Bible featuring Lil Durk and Giveon.
That one's on the playlist.
I want to shout out Lil Durk for
Shout out Lil Durk,
just
bro.
plugging India the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm literally just here
and
to plug her
and his
cosmetics.
verse was hard.
His
I
verse
fucked with
good.
his
He
verse.
only
verse
got like
is
40
crazy.
seconds.
It was hard,
Drake
though.
is like, yeah, I'm gonna give you the bare.
No, Drake Drake knew what was coming after that. That
Yeah.
girl shit. That
Yeah.
man, what? He was finna destroy that track. He was finna. Nah, this mine's now.
What y'all think about it?
Nah,
overall?
Lil
I
Durk
liked
was
it.
hard.
I liked
that
it.
one's on the
Giveon,
playlist.
I'm giving that.
That's
dude
on
a lot
playlist?
more.
That was on the playlist.
Giveon, I've
I'm
got.
getting him a lot more. A lot of the ladies like him,
The
so I
ladies
gave him a
love him,
listen.
yeah.
So I'm like, dude, straight.
He's very talented. Number 5, which isn't starred, surprisingly. Love All featuring Jay-Z.
Because
You
Jay-Z
was
nailed
alright.
that one in.
Yeah,
That
Jay-Z.
wasn't a go back for me.
didn't like that one as
Yeah,
well?
Jay-Z
I mean,
was
it was-
kind of
it's a
lazy on
good
that
song.
one.
It was weird. It's
He was
like
lazy on both this one, and he was kind of lazy on Donda.
He
like,
was a little
It was like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna give you. I'm not gonna give either of you guys one of my star verses.
No,
he
no.
knew they were both
Right.
going.
Yeah. I think
He was
that
like,
was
you know
the
what, I'm
best.
just gonna
It
give
was
you-
safe. It was like, y'all asked
It
me.
fits.
I'm cool with y'all. I'm a fit with the song, but I'm not about to wow y'all.
Because I mean, we know Jay is known to spaz, and
Yeah.
if Kanye wanted him to spaz, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he would have. Like if he wanted Andre to go 16 or what was the T.I. song he had? Anyway, when
I know which one you're talking
it'll
about.
come, but how he spazzed and rapped on that, like
sorry.
sorry.
Yeah.
He didn't do that because that wasn't necessary for this Donda track.
Yeah.
Jay kind of tried to fit in with the flow, but this just wasn't really the best.
The beat
song.
wasn't the best.
It wasn't the best put together.
Yeah. So and it was interesting because like I find it funny because sometimes Jay-Z's gotten into a habit of incorporating like today's vernacular like on Twitter and stuff into his verses. Like even with the
sounds
Donda
like
thing,
an old
not me with these sins casting stones.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, like so I was like,
Not me.
yeah,
Couldn't be me.
because Nas do it too. I'm like, I get it. I'm gonna let it go.
Because he's a hater. That's why.
You think he's a
Because
hater?
he lost. That's his only chink. I've said this before. It was Ether. That's the only time he done ever bled in music, and he'll never let Nas forget it. 50 even said it. He keeps slapping this nigga every time he get a chance. He keeps doing it. Like stop. He's got a Grammy now.
That's where 50 learned from.
No, 50 taught him. That's why he taught everybody.
All right, number 6 we had Fair Trade featuring Travis Scott.
That one was on the playlist too.
I enjoyed that
and I
for
even
the most
said,
part.
when I texted you guys, I was like, that's gonna be everyone's Instagram caption,
Yeah.
that hook. And lo and behold, next morning, I saw it at least 15 times.
I got a
on my-
headache, and they was just tweeting it. They was like, "That hit me. Please shut up."
I saw like at least 20 times on my Insta that
Believe it or not, I feel Travis carried that one. I wasn't a fan of the Drake on that one.
I respect it.
It was like Sicko Mode Part 2. And Drake wasn't really. Drake was Travis. And Travis
okay.
was Drake.
So
That's what I felt.
it took turns. It was like you carried
You
this.
killed mine, so
Yeah,
I'm
I'ma
finna kill yours now.
Travis has gotten really good on his features.
He definitely-
He's focusing on like the lyrics a little bit more now. Whereas a lot of times it was like I can just make this
It's party
sound
music.
good.
Yeah.
I can just make it.
Yeah.
So it's like now he's actually like trying to, he's sticking with the overall topic. So
I want to take a quick time out and ask you, what is the Kanye and Travis relationship?
Kanye. Well, Travis says Kanye is his mentor, basically.
Mhm.
But like, are they
Like
they're
signed
not cool
together?
no more?
No, they're cool again.
Oh, okay.
He was on the album.
Well,
He was with Baby Keem.
Yeah,
Travis,
I didn't know
to my
who
knowledge,
nobody was on that featured
Yeah.
in. So
to my knowledge, Travis is actually signed to T.I.
is he?
Yeah, he's got his own label under that where he mostly does most of his own work and stuff.
Oh,
But yeah.
Wow,
So
shout out to him.
then we have the Tick-Tock Anthem.
Yeah.
Way Too Sexy.
Hey,
I
Garrett called
actually
it.
like that song.
Garrett called it literally that
As soon as
morning.
I heard it,
woke
as soon
up-
as I finished, I was like, yeah, that's the TikTok
That's TikTok.
joint.
I woke up at 6 a.m. to Garrett saying, yeah, this song's for TikTok. And
Yeah.
I didn't even listen
Yeah.
to the album yet. And I was like, oh, shit.
I actually like it.
It's
It's
like, it's
let-
gonna grow on you. You're
Yeah.
gonna hear it out, and you're gonna be, oh, it's
Yeah.
dope. But I mean,
perfect for the club.
I'm not gonna skip it if it comes on,
But you're
but
not
I'm
gonna
not gonna
search
click
for it.
on it. Yeah, I'm not gonna click on
I
it.
mainly like the memes
Yeah.
where they have the Drewski dancing with the
Did
bottle.
you see the football guy do it? He did a whole little TikTok thing
Really?
to it, and they lost by like 30 points. And everybody was clowning, dude. They were like, "Bro, why did you do that?"
He had Kawhi
Yeah,
Leonard in the
TikTok.
music
He-
video.
and they're giving him shit for that.
Kawhi?
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't be this, that, and other." Like LeBron didn't
Do a whole movie? Like,
didn't know, create a deluxe album. like, let's not forget the founder.
I
Hip
think
hop started in Akron, Ohio. He was just a boy.
people just be wanting stuff to complain about.
That's it.
Literally, Kawhi, he wasn't hopping
Bro.
around, not hurting his knee
He
or
wasn't
nothing.
doing
He was
anything.
just,
It looked like they caught him at the snack table and they just filmed it. He was, we started?
yeah. He was like, wait, this is what y'all wanted me over here for?
Oh.
Okay, I guess. It was one of them things, it's like,
Nah.
you get to have fun.
It's just gonna
Yeah.
grow on me because I'm on TikTok all day. So
Yes,
I,
yeah.
I've seen it every day.
That
for,
beat is, I don't know. Future's verse is gonna get that's gonna get super annoying though.
I'm too sexy
just-
for this girl. Too sexy for your girl.
and that's the main part.
That's the main
about
part.
it.
That's the best part of the song. And it's gonna be the most annoying part.
But like I
of the
said, I
song.
like the memes. I saw one where it was like, "Women, you guys can't use this sound
Nope.
just for the city boys."
For the fellas only. Ladies, I don't want to see none of you.
I might do a little
Do a little-
shoulder to it in the spot.
Yeah,
yeah.
Not the whole thing, but just a little taste.
It's my shoulder shake song. Y'all got y'all's, this is mine.
Yo, the Uzi shoulder, that's a decent dance.
That's a decent little dance. If you can hit it, you can get, like, yeah. I beat it a little bit. Yeah, whoa, I ain't ready for all that.
All right. For number 8, we got TSU.
Yeah, that one's on the playlist. Huh?
That
I
one-
didn't like the beginning. It was just too much talking at the beginning, but the verse was great.
That's what he did.
The verse was really good. I enjoyed
I liked
that.
everything about that one. That's a good track.
Yeah.
Like the intro. If he'd have
Yeah,
put
it's
that
like-
at the end, I'd have been okay with it. But I get you at the intro of the song.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna ring off at all the colleges.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah. Then we got In Too Deep with Future. This one was kind of
forgot
forgettable.
about it
I
That one was
forget.
real forgettable. I don't even remember how this go, to be honest.
Honestly, I don't either. I'm curious.
Yeah, hold on, copyright. We do not own the rights to this song.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I can tell by your face.
It was solid, but it wasn't like nothing like, oh my god, like. It was, number 10, we got Pipe Down.
Eh.
That was alright. That was a good one.
I saw everybody.
Everybody hopped on it.
Nah, it was cool.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
It's alright.
It ain't his best,
It's
but it's
lukewarm.
cool.
Eyes of an Angel, but you been giving me hell all night. You ain't like that one?
It's alright. It's alright. Oh no, I might have a little,
I like my Carl Winslow's better.
Oh, I had dropped the fire when Rico phone exploded. It's still smoking.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely wrote that down immediately.
Notes.
Quick copy, paste to the notes.
Hey, go back, listen to his 92 in Infinity, bro. He added it in. He added it in.
It's just gonna be a random picture. And I'm like, that don't even fit. It don't even fit.
Sound like it's supposed to go right here.
I'm like, it's trash now. It's fire when I say
Nah, but yeah, Pipe Down was solid. I enjoyed
it was
that.
alright. I might click on that one just in the mood.
I feel that. I really enjoyed Yebba's Heartbreak.
I really did too.
That
I didn't
girl-
know who
that girl
Yebba
can sing.
was.
That girl can
Damn, I
sing.
sound like a hater now because I ain't like that.
You didn't like
It
it?
was
Nah.
straight.
It was straight.
Not
It
the
was,
It's an interlude.
It's
what,
an interlude.
what I will give Drake
It did what an interlude's supposed to
Drake
do.
is really good with giving people
But
like
I'm not with the interlude.
a song. You don't like interludes?
Not always.
It's
Explain.
alright.
Hold on. Let's talk
Oh,
about it.
here we go.
Because you just want to fly through the album. Let's
Nah,
talk about.
I'm not.
Let's talk about
I'm here.
your
It's your
dislike. of-
episode. You can talk on anything.
That's why I'm asking you. So I'm throwing the oop to you real quick for you to
Yeah.
answer. What is your disdain with the interludes, my friend?
I don't know. It just, I mean, I guess it fits on a Drake album because he is like a quote unquote. He teeters in R&B. I think he's scared to fully
Go R&B.
dive into the R&B. He's scared of Chris Brown. He know Chris
that's
Brown's
his
gonna give him the
contest.
work.
Um,
But nah, I don't know.
I can say it too.
I would have liked it better if it was just Drake, maybe. Although Yebba can, she's.
That girl can blow.
She can sing.
Yeah, she got it.
But I don't know. I'm not an interlude kind of guy. It takes me out of it sometimes.
It does kind of feel like
It's
like
those
a skit.
skits.
Yeah, I was just about to say like
Damn.
back me being an old head like in the 90s, it was like a lot of skits.
Yeah, it's like when Dr. Dre has like people giving him head in the skits.
You see what I'm
It's
saying?
like, I
And
don't
then
wanna
it's
hear that.
like
I don't want to hear that, Dr. Dre.
it's like the Wu-Tang song. What is that? Method Man.
Mm-hmm.
When you turn on, you got to hear 2 minutes of torture nigga. I'll do it, and it's like it's 2 minutes of this before the song starts, and then it's a 4-minute song. So you're like. And it's just him and Raekwon. Yeah, I torture this, and it's like, okay, it's dope, but it's like every time I want to hear this song, I gotta hear that.
Yeah.
I can't skip it. Even if it was a skit
Mhm.
and then goes right into the Method Man, I'm cool with that. But when you break up an interlude like this, it's like you threw off kind of the flow of the album because now you was rapping and now you're
Yeah.
kind of going into this slow flow.
Because then
But
he goes,
it
and
was
then
kinda
no
like
friends in
Drop.
the
It was
industry.
like a heartbeat. It
Because
just
then
dropped.
because no friends in the industry, he goes back into it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a.
It was
if he would have
weird.
put it
Before maybe Race My Mind.
maybe.
If I don't want to jump too far.
But I'm
here.
saying
Yeah.
like
I'll
just
hold on to
in
it.
regards to placement.
Yeah,
like,
if he would have put it before Race My Mind or in between Race My Mind and Fountains,
yeah.
or actually between Fountains and Get Along Better.
I
Maybe
would
it
have
sounded
I would
better.
have did it right after 7 a.m.
Yeah, before
So yeah,
Race My
before
Mind.
Race My Mind.
Before
Yeah.
Race My Mind. Okay.
Because it would have led to the next 3 songs.
Yeah,
Right.
which were all
Perfect
kind of singy.
Because
type
if
stuff.
I'm gonna be honest, like the rest of the, well, we'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
But one thing I will credit Drake for, I'm a fan of most of his interludes. I'm a fan of if you're reading it's too late, the Wednesday night interlude. I think that was Party Next Door, I want to say, and then the Kendrick Lamar one on Take Care.
That was dope.
So like that was like I think he gives people
But
like
then
their
that-
chance to kind of go off and have like
Yeah.
their. Cause that was you got to think. I
But
mean,
then, like I say, with the feature, and I'm not shitting on no girl or nothing.
Go
But it's
ahead.
like you wasn't a rapper,
yeah.
and you was rapping for the whole album.
Well, okay. Let's take another quick.
Because then I have another take, but like I said, I don't want to go too far ahead.
Wait, bro,
So
I
we
can
get
count.
to-
Yeah, so we're
No,
counting.
because I don't want to jump through the track list.
okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, I want to ask this real quick. So there was I'm pretty sure y'all seen. There was a tweet that went viral where some girl was complaining that it was called Certified Lover Boy and had no female rappers. Do y'all
Right.
think it needed a female rapper for this Certified Lover Boy? I don't think it
I don't
did.
think so.
I think female singers would have fit better than a female rapper.
What female rapper do we have right now
That coulda
will fit
matched
this?
that?
I don't want to hear Meg and Cardi. Well, I
You know
love
what that
Cardi
content
and I
is.
love Meg.
But they're
But,
aggressive rappers.
yeah.
right,
And
but you
what-
know there's content.
I don't want
to
to hear Young Miami.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear JT on this album.
No,
MC
And
Light.
that's no offense because they have fire songs.
It's one of those things where you gotta know actually, I want to talk about this at the end. But overall, like with the overall semi-theme of the album, I don't see nothing where they would have fit. There's not even any songs, in my opinion, besides maybe Way Too Sexy.
He could have put my girl Coyle Ray in here. I don't know.
Yes, shut up. Besides maybe Way Too Sexy, I really don't know any other songs that they really could have fit on.
Yeah.
Like any of the major mainstream rappers. I mean, he probably could have figured something out for Nicki.
Yeah, unless he wanted to put Nicki on like You Only Live Twice, maybe.
Yeah, or if she would have actually did a verse on Poppy's Home.
Maybe.
But besides that, like just the style of these songs, they wouldn't have. In my opinion, they wouldn't have gelled as well.
It looks like a compilation album.
We're gonna talk about that because I want to get into that. But after Yeba's Heartbreak, we have No Friends in the Industry.
Very forgettable.
Forgettable to you?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of
That's
it.
fair. I respect
was cool.
it. It was like
this is where he was starting to lose me.
Really?
A little bit.
It was a lot of songs. He
lost me after this next song. So this next song was good.
Knife Talk.
I was not a
shout out
fan
Project
of that
Pat.
song.
21 Savage carried this.
Yes.
Tell me.
I didn't really like 21 Savage.
I wasn't a huge fan of the song, but I think 21 did carry.
He got close to that 3-6 Mafia Project Pat flow. I don't know.
Yeah,
well, I mean, he was doing the flow.
That's what folks was tweeting. They was like, you got close.
He was there.
You was right there.
That's a classic.
Yeah,
Popping my
he should have
collar.
used that beat.
Just dove in straight.
Just kind of merged it and
just went off.
And then how you could have faded. See, my brain, hire me, Dre. At the end, I would have faded it into the original one. Because you know how the original one was that, that and just faded out into the next joint. Color, and just faded out like that next joint.
Yeah.
You know what
I like the way your brain moved with that.
A&R.
There's money in everything, bro. You got to think about it.
Nah, that one was hard. That one's on the playlist.
Okay.
Just because it's 21.
Then we have one of his goated timestamps, 7 a.m. on Bridal Path.
Now, this one was pretty good. Like I said, it's not up there with some of the other ones. Yeah. It was pretty good. But if he ended this album right here, it gets an 8.5.
Actually, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
If he ends this album right here, and maybe even adds the remorse, 15, it's an 8.5. Mm-hmm. It's up there with Donda. But this joint went a little too long with a lot of unmemorable stuff.
7 a.m. on Brittle Path. I know who he's talking about, sir.
Who's he talking about?
I don't want to say
it. But I enjoyed it. I really
I enjoyed the song.
I ain't a hater. He's cool.
It was cool.
I like it, the way he does like them theme things. Like he has like the series, like how he ends songs, and he has them timestamps that I'm really a fan of. He just be like, I'm just gonna go off.
Right. No, like I like my favorite one is probably that 5 p.m. in Calabasas. 5 a.m. That's probably my favorite. 5 a.m. That's probably my favorite one. You said promoters are janky. I
understand. 4 p.m. in Calabasas. 4
p.m.
Yeah, that go crazy for sure. Race My Mind, number 15.
Nah, I forgot about that one already.
Yeah. So I felt the same. Like it was like, it was all right.
Yeah, this is like I said after Knife Talk. That's when the whole thing started.
Like I really didn't start paying attention to remorse.
This is when academics fell asleep.
That's when he fell asleep.
This is around the time, yeah. I think it was Race My Mind or Fountains. One of them two fell asleep.
Real quick disclaimer. What is it with musicians and this whole 12 a.m., 2 a.m. release date stuff? Like, what's the point? They do it on days folks got to work. Yeah, I'm going to drop this Thursday at 11.
Because you try to get the sales for that week.
Because I think the sales start on Thursday night or Friday morning. Something like at that time.
Like
every
Friday.
stream matters type stuff.
So you go Friday to Friday.
Unless you're Kanye, you drop it on a random Sunday.
So Kanye had so he missed Friday, Saturday. And then
so the sales start on Friday?
The new week.
Okay.
Of sales. So like.
It's Friday to Friday.
So Friday to Friday. Or Friday to Thursday, 11:59.
Oh,
then it's like the new week start.
Okay. Fountains featuring Thames?
I just forgot about that.
I didn't know who Tim's was.
I think he's from Africa.
You said what?
He's from Africa.
I think it's a she.
I think it's a girl.
I mean, yeah, my bad.
Because Vernie was like, you talking about the women features, and then he was like Yaba and Tim's. I was like, I didn't know Tim's was a woman.
It was decent.
But she was decent on there.
Get Along Better. I actually like this one. It was he got into his singing bag a little bit more.
Yeah.
And Ty Dolla $ign did a really good feature.
It's a feature. It's a Ty Dolla $ign feature.
Yeah,
he's gonna do his thing, but yeah.
It wasn't like I don't think it's definitely a song I can see myself randomly like just singing out, but like it's not like the greatest, but it was good. I really enjoyed it. You Only Live Twice.
Louisiana.
Them killer anthems that he got. He's known for having at least one of those.
Hey, Lil Wayne. This is the only thing I could tell like people like you can't tell me Drake's the GOAT when he can't surpass Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, he just fucking murdered that shit.
Oh, let Vernie tell it. Lil Wayne didn't pass Hov.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I may agree with that.
You agree with Lil Wayne passing Hov?
But I'm a big Lil Wayne fan.
But lyrically,
he's starting to kind of like fall. Lil Wayne is kind of like.
I mean, but you look at the career.
No, Lil Wayne, if anything, he's starting to pick back up.
Which I'm happy for.
Cause yeah, he
had a period. I want to say about 5 years where it was like
after
Wayne.
Carter
High school.
where
It was like
Wayne.
I'm not a human being.
Yeah.
To like 2016, 17, and then he came back with like a mixtape, and I was like okay, and then he came back with another mixtape, and like okay, and then he did Carter 5, and I felt that's a Carter album. A lot of people didn't. I label that it was a little long because not to diverge from CLB.
Go ahead.
But yeah,
we're gonna talk
Carter
about
5 was a little long. If he were to cut out like 5 or 6 songs, that's a
and you can tell what songs were older.
9 albums.
Yeah,
because like Kendrick don't even sound like that anymore.
And
that was hot top fade Kendrick.
Right.
And Kendrick at the bar was like Black Mamba with the ball.
I was
I was like Kobe retired like 3 years ago. So.
Yeah, like all right.
Damn,
but
still balling out of control like that.
But yeah.
But yeah, Lil Wayne did his thing.
Lil Wayne did his. That's when I kind of woke up a little.
Who had the best verse?
That was my shit.
Wayne
had the best verse, yeah.
Louisiana.
Wayne had that one.
I low-key had Drake. I had Drake, Wayne, Ross. And Ross was up there up until he randomly was like, you only live twice, plastic forks and fried rice. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
I was like, sir,
but I like the way he flowed it because it didn't make sense overall with the consensus.
Like,
it sounded good.
I would have dropped so many Wingstop bars.
That's what I'm saying.
You're supposed to plug yourself.
You're supposed to super plug yourself. I would have been, I'm Wingstop on this Drake Wingstop track. Wingstop. Every other word.
Wingstop. And we got thighs now.
Drake would have. That shit ain't going on this.
Rose. Yeah. It's not going to work.
That's not the one.
Not the one. We have I Miss You Too featuring Kid
I
Cudi.
almost fell asleep on this one.
Yeah.
Shout out Kid Cudi.
That wasn't Kid Cudi's best.
I was surprised they actually. I'm glad that they back cool.
Yeah, they friends
like,
again.
I was like, cool. Like, if this is how. It was weird because you could.
Or are they cool? And Kid Cudi gave him a subpar song.
I mean, you can say that about a couple of these features though. Like y'all even said that wasn't Jay-Z's best verse.
Yeah.
So did Kanye get Jay-Z and Kid Cudi to sabotage Drake?
But
No.
I mean, even if that,
Drake fumbled the bag, bro.
even if that was the argument, y'all already said it yourself. Like his verse on Jail wasn't like,
Yeah, it was
oh my God, it was just
Man,
like, I said on the Baby had a better verse than Jay.
so.
Drake missed it because on Love All, that feature would have said Nas. He just won a Grammy and you beefing with Ye, and that's his boy. You telling me, bro? And he just dropped part 2. That's gonna force Jay to drop an album.
Yeah.
Because this album probably album of the year again.
We're gonna talk about that.
So I'm like, hey,
We're gonna talk about that.
Jay would have been, damn, I got and he'd have got ethered part 2. And he'd have went broke and became an alcoholic. And all that
Whoa,
I'm
man.
like, hey, that's Nas, bro. Talk to him about the life destroying bars that he would bring for Jay right now.
All right, number 20 we have Effing Fans.
Yeah.
A lot of people are hyping it because apparently that song's about Rihanna. That's
Really?
That's what the TikToks and the Twitters have told
I don't
me.
think she's been a fan of his for
I
a
don't know.
while.
They've been cool.
I don't think cool and being a fan is 2 different things.
I don't know. You
Yeah.
may be right.
Yeah, I don't know how. Like I said, I don't keep up with Drake like that, but that's what I've seen on TikTok and
The Remorse to
and
finish
Twitter.
it off. Twitter and TikTok been doing super deep dives into folks' music.
Yeah.
And it's just like y'all have a lot of. That's how I found out about the whole the thing he did with Travis Scott when he was talking about like the directions to get from his house to Kanye's house.
Oh, yeah,
and basically
yeah.
how he was saying I was smashing Kim and it wasn't that far from your crib.
Yeah.
Like I was like. Somebody was like, yeah, Joel, everybody knows Drake lives here. I'm like, oh yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, we all know that.
And then
Common knowledge.
Like you make a right, go down, make a left, and another right, and then there's Kanye's house. I was like,
I took the Hollywood tour. They told me that.
like, yeah, I remember that. That's common knowledge, right? Everybody should know that. But number 21, we have The Remorse.
It was a cool outro.
I think that was a good way to
was a cool
finish.
outro.
So wait, is that confirmed that Drake's been smashing Kim?
No, it's been alluded.
It's a super rumor.
But
I've heard that before.
I heard that they dated at a
I've
time.
heard that before Kanye.
But then at the same time I heard
Then you can't
during
use that no
Kanye
more.
too, so I don't know.
That's why if it's during, then Kanye can't say nothing at all.
Yeah.
But if it was before, then Drake, you being a little corny.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But
So I don't know.
but
More to find out.
I guess. You ask TikTok, they'll find out for you.
They will.
So overall, fellas, what was your impression of the album, rank wise, and all of that type
Like I
of
said
stuff?
on my Snapchats,
Mm-hmm.
said so the songs that I'm keeping are In the Bible, that's 1.
Mm-hmm.
Fair Trade, that's 2.
Mm-hmm.
TSU, that's 3.
Mm-hmm.
Where we at? Knife Talk, that's 4. You
Aw.
Only Live Twice, that's 5.
Okay.
And I guess Way Too Sexy just because it's on my TikTok all day. So I guess it's technically on my streams. But yeah, that's 6. And then there's about like 6 to 7 that if someone plays it, it's on my playlist. Someone plays it on their playlist. Some of it's in the car. It's at the club. Like it's alright.
So that's 12 to 13.
And then
Out of
the
21.
rest of them are like, yo, someone take the aux cord away from this
Away
person.
from him.
Yeah. So I rank it a solid 7 to 7.5.
That's
Out of
fair.
10.
That's fair. That's actually around about what I gave it like a 7.5, 8.
Yeah.
More so a 7.5.
I gave it a 7.5.
What are your?
Mines were. I didn't mean to cut you off.
See,
before
I'm
you
not a
said it.
hater, y'all.
But-
Everyone's like, I got
But-
people texting me like, oh, I'm gonna listen to this review so you can shit on it.
But I pretty much 14 out of 21.
That's fair.
Pretty much the ones I said.
It wasn't Drake's best.
It wasn't, like I said, I probably replaced Love All with The Remorse.
I think that's
but because then that's like the first half of the album. Like
Yeah.
I really didn't mess with the
Quick math. I think you gave that a 66% like you
66.
did with the other one.
with the Kanye. As far as enjoyability, and I know I meant to bring that up.
Mhm.
I did enjoy this album. It sounds good, so that's why I'm not like, it's
Yeah.
not, but it could have been better. Like I've heard the leaks and the Dark Lane tapes that sounded better than this, so that's why I kind of didn't give it that 8.5 treatment like Ye, because I've still gone back to Ye, and that's a good album.
I
That's a
will
really good
admit,
album.
I went back and listened to Donda all the way through. I stopped at the part 2s because I was just like, this is
Yeah.
a lot. I listened to Jail Part 2, and I was like, all right, I'm done. But I did.
listen to both them juniors. Junior Watanabe.
But yeah, I did. Like, Donda is definitely a good album. I enjoyed it. I believe him. I still stick kind of by my rank, but I didn't think it was trash to begin with, but I definitely don't think it was trash on my second listen at all. Folks who are saying it is, I'm like, y'all probably just saying that to be anti, like whatever.
A lot of people didn't like the features, and that's respectable.
Let's speak on that real quick because with
What's
Kanye,
feature heavy?
with Kanye, it makes a little bit more sense because he's kind of gotten like we talked about more into like his DJ Khaled. Like I'm gonna make a
producer
fire
bag.
beat, do just enough when it comes to my
To
verse or
count
whatever.
as a-
Then I'm gonna give y'all whatever.
Right.
But Drake has never been a super feature heavy guy
Because he's
And
been a
this is-
rapper.
This is new to me. So what did you guys think of both two of the heaviest hitters in the rap game using a lot of features?
I don't mind features at all,
Mhm.
but I mean, this is every damn track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This every track is a feature.
I
And it's,
mean-
like I came to hear a Drake album. Just put out OVO Presents, and that way you go into this mind where, hey, this is the Jay-Z Dynasty album where Benny Siegel finna get off and Memphis Bleak. I'm finna let my homies get off. Future, I'm gonna have 2 and 3 tracks and we gonna make a lot of money.
Mhm.
Like you actually pushed this, like this was yours, like this was your baby. And the same thing can be said with Donda,
Yeah.
because he pushed that like this was finna be Thriller Part 2. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And
He
it's
like-
not his bag.
It's a super dedication to my mother, and it's like everybody else got more verses than
Than
you
you
do about your
like,
mama.
Right, Andre got a better verse about your mama than you. You know?
Yeah.
That
So it's-
was crazy.
what do y'all think honestly about like because does that take away in y'all opinion from their ability to submit for like awards because it's like you let somebody else kind of care because they don't stop. Mind you, we know that DJ Khaled doesn't do anything, so like it doesn't stop him from submitting.
Yeah.
So should that stop a Drake or Kanye from feeling like, hey, I had the best album this year?
It
It's like
should.
You think
Because
so?
sometimes people be like, let it get to your head, like, oh yeah, man, I'm on a Grammy nominated album, but all right, Sway Lee, like, you not a Grammy nominated artist. You on a Grammy nominated track. It's a difference.
Well, if I feel like
If I put
if you're
the verse,
on that track, then you have
what,
it
no,
right.
if I'm on this track and 21 Savage is on this track and Jay-Z and J. Cole and Kendrick and Sway Lee come in there and you're not a Grammy nominated artist.
Yes,
Let's
you
not
are.
get this twisted.
Yeah, you are.
If everybody else and then I make the beat and you come in here with this, no.
Your name still ends up on the
And
credit.
that's BS.
No, it's not.
That's BS.
If you, in my opinion, personally, if you contribute vocals of any type and they decide to credit you and you get writers credits, because you also don't know what everything that goes on behind the scenes, but if you're getting writers credits, yes, you are a Grammy nominated artist. It don't matter if it was one of them like Cypher. Why not?
I don't know, bro.
Why?
Because
So Swagger Like Us got a Grammy.
Did it?
No, it didn't.
Oh,
I'm
if it
saying
did.
if it would have, and MIA gets credit because she's the one who's saying Swagger Like Us.
Did he credit her on the?
she
No,
did the
because-
credit.
No, I'm asking. No,
That's a good point.
No, I'm asking. Like,
I'm pretty sure she did.
if he got, if because the way I saw
'Cause
it,
she's the sample.
yeah, but I didn't know if he gave her credit. If it was just you're a sample, I don't know how that would work.
You still got,
look it
because
up.
it's like the Marvin Gaye thing. Like I'm still credited.
Well,
for
yeah,
this.
if they use, because like anytime, because even
Juice
for
WRLD did
King,
it.
not even that, but for like King Kunta, Michael Jackson is credited in that album, in on that track.
Yeah.
So like like if that's how they doing it, then yes, MIA is a Grammy nominated or Grammy winning artist. If Swagger Like Us was to be submitted and won.
But I think you're misconstrued. I'm not saying like to discredit anybody that's on the track. I'm saying afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think MIA was just walking, big dick energy pause, just like, yo, I'm a Grammy nominated artist. Y'all got to treat me like such. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And I don't.
She's in the credits.
She's in the credits?
She's under written by.
Oh, okay, man.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to take away from Sway Lee or whatever. Like, he might have did his thing on this Grammy nominated song, fine. But moving forward, don't think you're in that class just because you chipped in on this.
You technically are.
But I don't, because then you hold that against Jay-Z. You hold Sway Lee's verse on this against a Jay-Z Grammy nominated album.
Well, no, because Jay-Z's got the
he's
resume.
earned the Grammy.
So did Sway Lee.
But do you put them two in the same category?
They're both Grammy nominated artists. If
Grammy winning and then it's
well,
a difference.
if the song Sway Lee was on one, then yes,
I don't feel like you should get credit for that.
You should.
We don't share the Oscar.
What you talking about?
If the movie wins, if I win, wait, well, no, sometimes you do, right? Most of the time.
So if it okay,
wait,
so,
no,
no. If you, I'm gonna answer this. If a song that you are featured on, if you get the credit feature, and it wins best rap song, whatever,
right?
Everybody involved in that song in regards to features gets a trophy. Everybody gets a trophy.
Okay, as far as that, I'm talking about solo.
What do you mean?
Like, okay, now Sway Lee finished just coming off this Grammy-nominated feature or chorus.
Yeah.
Does he get looked at as a Grammy-nominated artist?
Yes.
I don't think he should.
Why not? It's his chorus.
Because it's like you're on. It's so many parts in a feature.
Yeah.
That you contributed to this Grammy along with everybody on this track. The beat and everything made this a Grammy-nominated artist.
Everybody contributed made it a Grammy-nominated track.
So would you just just say Project Pat? CLB wins.
Say Knife Bite.
No, I'm saying say CLB wins.
Yes.
Does it go like Grammy winning artist Project Pat, Jay-Z, and Nas?
How that works? What happens is they'll give Drake the trophy. And then anybody who had any writer credits, whatever, gets like an envelope saying like,
no, I'm not talking about the trophy, but I'm just talking about in the regards and how people look at them.
No, you won't be considered a Grammy nominated.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I thought you were saying specifically like a song.
No, I'm saying like just like if you're on a Grammy nominated song, yes, you are a Grammy nominated artist.
Yes.
If you win, you won a Grammy for this song. But I'm saying like you're not. I don't know how to translate.
Okay, so I'll give you an example. When Dreamville, when they did the Revenge of the Dreamers 3, I think what Cole did, I don't know if everybody does this.
Okay,
hold on. What Cole did, to my knowledge, is he gave everybody that was involved in that album credit as if like if they won, they would get that Grammy, they would get that plaque.
Right.
So like Revenge of the Dreamers 3 went platinum. Everybody involved in that got a platinum plaque.
Right.
That's how they did. That's how J. Cole decided to do it.
But
that was a group project.
Exactly.
But no, what I'm saying is going off of that, just say JID's marketing his next album. Oh, Grammy nominated artist JID puts out an album. Can you do that?
He actually is though. He's actually a Grammy nominated artist.
Just say if somebody who Ski Master Some God is a Grammy nominated artist.
Yes.
Pushing his new album.
If J. Cole gave him like credits as in regards to the album, then yes, he's technically a Grammy nominated artist.
I don't know. That's kind of BS.
It's not BS if they credit you
because
for it.
no. Because I'm not finna get no.
You might not
finna
do that.
No, because you're not finna get on a Jay-Z, Nas, Kanye, or Drake track and be Stretch from the Outlaws and be a Grammy-nominated artist to go. No, you can't do that.
What are you saying? I'm confused.
No, I'm saying that just because you contributed on something that won a Grammy, don't mean you're a Grammy-nominated artist.
Yes, it does. That's
No,
literally
it
what.
doesn't.
That's literally what it means.
Oh man,
But should it? Does like does DJ Khaled share his Grammys with everybody that he's featured with?
If he wins the Grammy Wild Thoughts was up for a Grammy. He would have got a Grammy. Bryson Tiller would have got a Grammy. Rihanna would have got a Grammy.
Which
and
is
then
fair.
And then whoever was like a part of the writers would have gotten.
which is fair. But what
Or
I'm
like the
saying,
album as a whole.
if his album won a Grammy, he would win the Grammy.
Yeah.
But unless he did what J. Cole did and gave everybody
and
whatever.
that's what I'm saying is because you were featured on a Grammy-winning album, does that make you a Grammy-winning artist?
No, if your song wasn't up, if you weren't considered a writer on it.
That's what the confusion.
Yeah,
was
I think that's what it was. If in regards to the album as a whole, if
Right.
you weren't so like with CLB, if Drake for whatever reason at the kindness of his heart submitted this and put everybody who had a feature as one of the creators,
like
producers,
J. Cole
whatever,
did.
then they would technically
Be a Grammy-winning. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is Project Pat is featured on a Grammy-winning album.
Yeah.
Is he a Grammy-winning artist?
No.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get you now. It makes more sense. So back to CLB. Do y'all think that like it takes away from his ability to either win awards or be considered whatever because it's so feature heavy?
Nah, I mean
I think so.
it's a popularity contest, so nah. Donda and CLB are still gonna be Grammy nominated, most likely than not.
Because then it's like you look at just like the sheer star power. Like, of course, all this stuff's going to get played all the time. And it's like, who's going to be able to go up against that? It's not fair. It's not fair.
Yeah. It's like you're stacking the
like,
deck.
bro, like you have Jay-Z, Nicki can be credited on here, Lil Wayne, you got 21 Savage, Project, you got all these people, TikTok, Future, all this stuff's getting billions of streams. And you can win a Grammy. Like, what is that going to do against Tyler, the Creator's album? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you look at number-wise, Tyler's album is better.
Yeah.
But this might win the Grammy.
And I'm not gonna lie, because
It could.
No, I have because we got time, so I'm a dig kind of more so into like album per album type thing, because since we're done with the review portion of it, when it comes to especially album of the year, people have been talking, and a lot of folks are saying, like you said, King's Disease 2 is probably still top. I personally have Voice of the Heroes as rap album of the year personally.
I haven't heard that one yet.
I think you might like it. You may not though, because it can sometimes get a little repetitive. But I overall enjoyed it.
Little Dirt.
But I personally have King's Disease and Voice of the Heroes as probably my top two runaways for winning rap album of the year. Although because I don't even know if Kanye even submits this as a rap. It's probably going to gospel. He's going to probably win that unless Kirk Franklin got something that we don't know about. And then even then it's like it's Kanye, so it's going to be that's another two heavy hitters like type of deal.
Imagine
going
Lil
on.
Baby versus Lil Baby with the gospel, the gospel Grammy.
It's just gonna be looking like.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
But
Marilyn Manson with the gospel.
that's great. The Baby. Oh my God. The
goodness.
Baby. Oh
We
man.
gotta stop this now. But yeah, I'm just curious because it's like.
Because I've had time to live with all the albums, and I don't mean to cut your thought.
Go ahead.
But like my top three would probably be King's Disease, would probably be Tyler, and then Nicole. Then would probably be the three.
I still like Cole's better than both of these albums in my opinion. I don't think he submits this year. I think Nas might end up being a runaway favorite. I think so. I don't know if Cole even submits. If Cole submits, I think there's a chance he wins because his numbers are still up there. It just obviously it's Kanye and Drake. So it's like.
And like I said, I did apologize because Zoo was getting in us about the Cole slander. I do apologize. I was rash. I go back. It's a solid album. It's an 8.5.
8.5.
I haven't gone back to it as much as I thought, but going back to it recently, it's got some joints where you could just, it's pretty much you could just play it and let it shuffle.
Yeah.
I like it. It's good 2K music. I played it at work, at home, in the car. It's a good album.
Uh-huh.
I just don't go back to it enough for it to be like a 9.
I respect
but I
it.
do like it. It's an 8.5. If this is an 8.5, then Kanye is probably an 8.8. If I'm gonna do it like that.
Yeah.
It's not quite the 9, but it's
Yeah, it's
you
good.
know,
It's good.
and like I said, Drake 7.5.
Yeah.
I really like the Tyler album, so I'll give that a 9. And then King's Disease is probably a 9.5.
Do you have anything? Because I have a question to ask you guys.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, so I was actually talking about this today with my brother. Shout out Craig. We was driving.
I'm a man.
We were talking about actually the CLB album and just albums in general. And one thing I was saying, one thing that's somewhat of a discredit to Drake that people like to discredit him on is that besides
Is this cover art?
No, well,
That's
that
terrible.
that
That was bad.
That's a whole separate thing.
The game, he shot you some bail, bro.
Yeah. What was I about to say? Dang.
my bad.
One thing that that Drake, that's kind of like a thing with him. Besides maybe like Nothing Was the Same and Take Care, is that his albums don't really have themes. They're like a greatest hits album. He doesn't.
They're playlist albums.
He doesn't have like, and it's because Drake's one of my favorite artists, so it's weird to say this, but he doesn't have, in my opinion, great overall albums. He has albums that have great songs on them.
He's got one of the most unbeatable greatest hits of all time.
Yeah, but like them together,
Because he can't finish an album.
on an album don't really go well. Besides maybe Take Care and Nothing Was the Same, in my opinion.
Take Care is probably my favorite. It's probably his masterpiece because it's probably the most top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It starts off, takes you through your little emotional thing, and then it ends.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't finished an album since.
You don't think so? Nothing Was the Same. Come on, after
I
that.
mean, Nothing Was the Same was really good. I'll give it them two.
So
but
them two? Yeah.
Them two are probably his two.
Yeah.
But I mean,
My favorite-
everything else
my-
he doesn't. Like this album, he didn't end it right.
My favorite was Thank Me Later.
Okay, I like
I ain't
that.
gonna lie.
What do y'all think about that though? Because like that has become, because one of the things he tries to from one thing I saw a rapper friend of mine saying on Twitter was that he thinks Drake tries to like please everybody at once. He wants to please his rap heads. He wants to please the R&B lovers. He wants to honor reggae and all of that stuff. And it's like he puts it all. He didn't really do too much reggae on this album. I'll give him credit for that. But like he jumps so much that where he doesn't have a cohesive sound.
I mean,
you can't really say what his sound is.
You could see
Right.
it with this album, Certified Lover Boy. I was expecting more R&B.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, he's kind of afraid to
He's safe.
fully
You said
jump
that.
in.
Yeah.
He's safe.
He just he wants to cover his base. He wants to make sure his numbers is good. He's I've seen this a lot on Twitter and like TikTok and stuff like that, on social media in general, that he's afraid to
fully
try
rap
something
or-
new.
Yeah.
or try
experiment.
to experiment or try like something on his own type thing. So he'll get you the TikTok song, which was
He'll get
way
you
too
the
sexy.
IG caption songs.
He'll give you the IG
you
caption
the
songs.
money
He'll give you the R&B song you can play
Song
with
for
your
the
girl.
ladies.
He'll give you that hype song with like the
Yeah.
Rick Ross and stuff.
Yeah. So I mean,
Then he gonna rap on the outro.
yeah,
have to get up out of there, yeah.
they're playlist albums.
Yeah. It's weird too because it's like with somebody as talented as he is, you would think that he would try to take more risks. Because one thing, whether you like Kanye's music selection or not, at the very least, he's very experimental.
Yeah.
And like even Kendrick Lamar on like To Pimp a Butterfly, before he put it out, he talked to Jay and he was like, I got something that's like completely different that I'm afraid to put out because I don't know how people are gonna react. And Jay was
It's
like,
same
if
thing.
you don't put it out, people are gonna put you in a box. And it's like,
Same thing with 3000.
go ahead.
When they was like if you look at the early Outkast,
Southern Playalistic.
and just like early, you noticed the change when he stopped wearing like football jerseys and started
Yeah.
wearing shoulder pads
Yeah.
and stuff. It was like, okay, he's getting out that rap box.
Yeah.
He's trying it, and then the Love Below was his bam.
Yeah.
This is still an Outkast album, but I want to try this. To Pimp a Butterfly was Kendrick's. He tried his artistry out, as they say, and it worked.
Yeah.
So Andre was like, this worked. I don't know if it'll work again. I don't know if it can go back to the well. And I'm not saying that was 3 Stacks' case.
Yeah.
But it's like the thing with the part 2. It's like you have the blueprint. And they be like, oh, the blueprint's 10 out of 10. It's a solid album. Then you do part 2 and they're like, eh. And it's like part 3, eh. It brings down the blueprint. You
A
see
lot of
what I'm
people,
saying?
yeah,
And so Drake plays that law of averages where all of his albums, like, if you take all of Drake's albums and rank them, and then what's that number? Drake's going to just automatically, no matter what, give you a 7.5 every
Easy,
album.
yeah.
So 7.5
Is the base.
is the base for Drake. So this is a 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Like we haven't heard a Drake 10 since Nothing Was the Same. Everything else has just been it's decent, but it's not that. We chasing the sound, but it's like it's decent, it's not that. He's always gonna give you a 7.5. He might give you a 9. He might get it, but at bare minimum, sick game, he's gonna give you a 7.5. And this is what this album is. Whether he puts minimum effort in there, it'll be a 7.5. He's not gonna make a 5. He's not gonna make something that's just god awful. It's gonna be at worst. It's gonna be mid at worst.
You'll download at least one or two songs.
You'll hear it enough to get maybe 3 or 4 songs off of it in the club or whatever. So he'll give you that. Same thing with Kanye. If you average Kanye's,
what's it about? Actually, what you think?
I'll give him the fair number.
If you average Kanye's, like, what's Kanye's base?
What's his base?
Like, so like 7.5 is Drake's base. What's like a Kanye base? Like, he's not gonna go any lower.
Just say if he mails it in, I don't give a shit about this project. Kanye at just fuck it. Yeah. What is that album?
Nah, cause Ye and Jesus King weren't together.
I'm just like take all in together.
Bring it all together then. So is that maybe a 7 as his lowest?
Yeah.
So it's 7. So you like we haven't gotten a Kanye 10 since what? Maybe Dark Twisted Fantasy, or Pablo maybe.
Pablo, depending on who you ask.
Pablo, you ask. So you're like he took a risk with this. He took a risk with Jesus King, and he thought, okay, they didn't like that more rapping, and it's better. I'm thinking maybe the next one, if he keeps this gospel going, it might be that. Yeah. It might be Thriller Part 2. But you never know. See, Drake just plays it safe with, they like this reggae stuff. I'm going to get a track with Future. We're going to have a funny video. We're going to do this. And it's going to make us some money.
I'm curious why he does that, because he's like it's I said, safe. But it's weird that he just, because it's like he wasn't the first, but he was one of like the prime, like, hey, I want to rap and sing just as equally. And folks was like, there's no way you can do that and make that work. Folks, first of all, rappers don't come from Canada, let alone after doing TV. Like, what are you doing? So literally his whole career started I'm just going to be drastically different than anything else. Then it's like, why stay in a safe lane when literally your whole existence is based off of taking a chance?
You know, because if you look back, like I said, Thank Me Later is probably my favorite one. It's the same thing. He has the interludes, he has the slower songs, he has the hype songs with like Lil Wayne, Nicki, and Over and stuff, and then he has like the lyrical songs with Fireworks and the one with Young Jeezy. I forgot the name of it. Irresistible or something like that. And it's the same thing. He's been doing the same formula.
Pretty much the same formula
since the first album.
If Drake was tough, he'd be Nate Dogg.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what he would be.
Yeah, I guess.
If he was tougher, he'd be Nate Dogg.
Yeah, Nate Dogg always had
He did it balanced. He had it balanced. He rapped just as much as you get him on a track, whether he rapped or sang, it was gonna be a hit. Some of his best songs, he's not singing. Some of his other, he's got that diversity. And like Drake got songs where he's rapping. He's got stuff where he's singing, but he lacks that to do it like flawlessly, to interchange. Like Nate will rap and then he'll sing on the same song. Yeah. And it'll flow like Andre will. It's like you don't have, Drake can't do that.
Me and once again, I was talking to Craig, and one thing we were saying, about a rapper's experimenting is that I think a lot of it is, it's kind of like trying to teach an old dog new tricks, which is why somebody like a Jay-Z or even a Nas kind of like, they impress me, because it's like, we talked about it 2 or 3 pods ago when the pod went off about like rap, because it's so young of a genre still. Yeah. It's still considered a young man's game. So everybody has put like an expiration date on what age you shouldn't be trying to rap. Right. So Jay-Z 51 pushing 52, like, I still like this. I still want to do this. So I'm going to still give you verses. I may not give you a whole album, but if you want a verse, I got you. And
because like Snoop don't get enough credit, because Snoop put out, I want to say, at least a 7.5 album every year for like the last 4 years. And like he's still been like rapping and being on people's features. He's doing everything. So like Snoop needs to get some credit too, because he's like really still out here rapping. Yeah. Like he don't get the success because he don't push it like that. Yeah. But Snoop got like 20-something albums.
I believe you.
You see what I'm saying? Like Snoop, and they are all good. Like maybe his lowest might be a 6.
It's Snoop Lion.
That was actually good. He had a track with Eddie Murphy on there called Red Light. That was a dope song.
Yeah, that was solid.
Nas did the reggae thing, and that was a dope album. With Damian Marley, that was a dope album.
Yeah. Oh, he did, yeah.
So it's always interesting when rappers decide to experiment or like change their sound, because like even when Eminem did it, like Eminem got clean and was like, okay, I'm gonna show y'all my maturity. Then it was like Recovery. It was like Recovery, great. And then it was like he tried to put something else out. And it was like, you need to reach back into like them angry days. He's like, I'm not like that. You could tell without,
to stop.
But it's like, you could tell. It's like he's not really like that anymore. Right. It's like when you pushing 50, still talking about aborted babies in a clinic and in a graveyard. It's like that's not gonna go over as well anymore. And then you get, because like even I know you said you enjoyed his EPMD feature. I just think it was a lot of not completely understanding that specific assignment. It's like he's he's insanely talented, almost too much, because it's like he
still,
knows I can fit 1 million words in the 45 seconds you give me.
Yeah.
But it's like, we don't need you to do that right here.
I saw the problem with M was basically the way teenagers process their emotions changed.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, it was more like angst.
Yeah.
Like
I hate you, Mom.
Like, yeah, like I want to fight somebody.
Yeah.
I'll like kick everybody's ass. Blah blah blah. Even if I get my ass whooped, all that. Destroy my room.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like it's okay with like even like with boys and stuff, teenage boys to show their emotions and be more vulnerable, so they relate more to Juice WRLD or Trippie Redd or Triple X, where they're not talking about killing people or fighting people or anything, but they're like, I'm sad and I'm gonna cry. Where Eminem is still rapping about like angsty stuff, where like that's why the kids are like, oh no, it's mid, because they can't relate to like fight music.
No, yeah.
Where
like,
Eminem
oh
said this song's for kids who get picked on.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, kids who get picked on would want to fight. Now, kids who get picked on is like more sentimental.
I want to talk about it.
I want to talk about it. I want to cry about it.
Because right after M's reign, like, what was Recovery? What was that, like 2010?
Yes.
Odd Future was right there. And it picked up that Eminem, oh, fuck the establishment. It took that.
Yeah.
So that took that for 3 or 4 years, and then we haven't gotten it. Then Eminem tried to come back to it, and it's like, whoa.
It's like,
Like, whoa, bro.
And
you're a little too old to be this angry at your mom still.
Yeah,
like,
it sucks because, like, you see somebody like him, it's like, okay, you clearly still have the talent of putting words together.
Yeah.
But it's like, what are you going to talk about?
He doesn't know what he wants to talk about.
That's what it is.
he has to keep proving himself, he feels like.
And
How many more times can you call yourself the underdog? You have almost
Like, I'm not going to keep calling you.
You have almost every record in the book in regards to sales. Like, you're not the underdog anymore.
Yeah.
Like, with all due respect. Like, the only white rapper that was prominent. Okay, cool. You had that underdog phase for about 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Once your first album, or I guess
The second one
dropped, it's like, bro, underdog is over.
Now,
Yeah.
bro.
Underdog is over. I'm sorry. We get you got your own personal stuff still going on. We respect that. But you can't keep saying, oh, well, I'm still underrated. No, you're not. Most people got you in their top 5. If they don't, it's just because they don't want to give a white boy credit. With all due respect.
Yeah.
Which
If,
is like,
if he's out, then it's just enjoyability at that point.
yeah.
Whether you just don't, whether you fuck with somebody more than M. Because M has an argue spot for top 5.
Because
you can argue
the
that.
issue now is that his last 5 albums, even though he has some greatness within that, they're starting to kind of pull down the allure of his first 3, 4.
Yeah.
Nobody was, bro, that was almost 30 years ago.
Exactly.
You see what I'm
That's the
saying?
issue.
It's people that are
when
alive
you've been
that
rich
didn't go through that.
when you've been rich and doing music more than half your life, it's like
It's like 50 Cent. I sorry we keep dick riding 50 Cent, but his life is so influential because you knew the exact moment when 50 Cent stopped caring about music because you couldn't relate to it no more. It was like, oh, I'm a hustler. Then he got to this cash money stuff. It's like, this ain't the 50. Like, I don't have this cash. What happened to Many Men and all that 50?
Well,
what
why
is
was
all this
Jay-Z
straight
able
to
to
the
do that
bank?
thing? Because Jay-Z did the same thing.
But no, because Jay-Z always like used the like when you heard Reasonable Doubt, you was like, this ain't just no street dude.
He's smart.
Like he finished with the street stuff. And then every album showed his business etiquette. How he was just talking about making it to I got my own liquor to big pimping. All, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a progression. It was just like 50 Cent gave us Get Rich, The Massacre, 11,000 G Unit mixtape, and then it was like what was it? The Curtis.
Curtis album.
Then he was straight to the bank. I get money and this that. And that. But it's like, bro, like. You was just Many Men, which death upon me not too long ago. Like, where did this go? And like I say with Kanye, with his, like, it was like you saw Late Registration.
Yeah.
Then I made it with Champion. I'm sad. You can feel that music. It's like, how the hell do I still relate to Eminem? I don't feel the same I did when I was 15.
100%.
So it's like, I'm never going to be like, oh, that stuff sucks, and I'll go back to it, but I recognize the time and place for it.
Yeah.
Like, now people are born that have never heard Slim Shady LP.
Yeah. Well,
there's no reason for no kid to go. What's the reason for Trey Young to go back and listen to Slim Shady LP? Give me one reason why he would.
He wouldn't.
He wouldn't. Everybody thinks Lil Wayne and Jaden passed him, or he's not even a thought anymore. People say Trippie Redd and Uzi are better than Eminem.
Yeah.
So you got to judge music for the time it's in.
What did y'all think about? It's a product of his youth. Saying that, and I guess that's really open to opinion too, though, about saying Drake's past Hov. Because I think that's personally, I think just up to your.
It's personal preference.
Because I listen to Drake more than I listen to Jay-Z, but I recognize Jay-Z's greatness and his rank.
It's stupid to make a list about anything because you have to like everybody's taste is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could have my top 10 and your top 10 are completely different, and I can guarantee you.
Yeah.
Same like ours.
Yeah.
So I can't. If you have Drake over Jay, I can't say that. Like if he has Kanye over everybody, like. It was the argument they had on the internet. We're like, should you take Tupac out your top 5, this, that, and the other? Yeah, you should if somebody surpassed him. But to me, nobody surpassed Pac.
Mm-hmm.
So Pac is always my number one.
Mm-hmm.
The second Kendrick comes in, I like him more than Pac. It'll be Kendrick Pac. But it's not. That hasn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
So Pac's still number one, and it's my preference. You can, but this, that. My preference, what I like to listen to. You could argue to me all day.
But
And at the end of that argument, I'm going to still say Tupac.
Yeah.
So it's hard to argue music.
What homie on the Hawk say? Not Trey Young. Forgot his name.
He said Trippie Redd over Outkast, I believe.
No, it was Rich the Kid over Outkast.
Yeah, it was
Rico's
just like
about to hop through the TV.
Yeah, I looked. I was like,
The whole stadium booed, bro.
yeah, they booed him. He was at the game.
Mind you, he probably wasn't born when they had an Outkast.
Kevin Herter is probably like 21. He don't know no better.
That album came out, 16, 17 years ago?
Yeah, Southern Playlist came out in 94. ATL was 96.
so-
Like, I think I'm pretty sure I've told this story to you guys before. The one chick where I used to work with, I called her Jenny from the block.
Uh-huh.
And
She didn't get the reference?
She was like, why are you calling me that? I'm like, your name's Jennifer. Jenny from the block. Like, what do you mean? like I was like, Jennifer Lopez. We all know who Jennifer Lopez is, right? Like, and she's like, oh yeah, but what do you? And it was like she had a song called it. I was like, all right.
So it's not gonna
I
work.
was like, this
Yeah.
is time for me to quit.
Yeah, clearly.
I had a funny experience at the job, with my previous job.
Mhm.
I was like a temp manager, so I was training somebody to do my old job.
Uh-huh.
So when they're like, all right, this is her first day, she's going to train under you. I sat down at the desk and I was like, today is a training day, Officer Hoyt. Nobody got it. I was like, kind of old. I was like, I'm kind of old.
Okay,
I'm kind of old.
All right. That's fair.
Our dad jokes are starting.
I was damn. That wasn't a good
Creeping.
one. I was damn it.
God damn.
No.
But yeah, music is so much fun because I know we talked about it last episode. We were talking
We
about
talked about it this episode.
has comparing kind of taken away from the joy of music. To me, it hasn't and it hasn't at the same time because I still, like you said, I'm gonna still have my opinion, even with all the reaction videos and the academics staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning.
You
to
just
listen.
have to open your mind up.
Yeah, because
like
you can't be closed minded because it's like you'll never. Because
you're stuck in the 80s,
even
in
the
the 70s,
even the OGs, even the Eminems, Jay-Z's have to be like, you know what? I can't just say down with mumble rap, bring back the boom bap because not everybody wants to hear you.
It's a different time.
I was going to the store. Nobody wants to hear that all the time.
These are the
Like, bro,
breaks.
Yeah,
who's
folks
still
ain't trying to hear
selling
that.
crack now? Like it's like come on,
It's
like, you can't
Xanax.
do it.
It's Xanax now,
It's
bro.
different drugs now,
Yeah.
bro. You've missed that way. Like it's not missed it, but y'all lived it. It's over.
Yeah.
Like of course I'm little baby, but then you like this is what we got.
Yes.
Because Andre not dropping. Nas, who knows when he gonna drop again? When's Jay dropping? Like we don't have those guys. So what's new? Pop Smoke. I was against it at first, but then I was like, hey, this is the sound.
This is what it
This
is.
is the sound for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
So I gotta get used to it.
Yeah.
time.
Old heads in general, I think, and it's not just music. Obviously, it's sports. We talked about that.
Yeah.
It's just.
Gotta know when to call it quits.
It's not even, in my opinion,
But
calling it quits. You should be able to adapt as a human being.
Yeah.
Because you got to think, you talking about 40, whatever, you're not an old person. You're just old in this career. So as a human being, your brain should be able to evolve and adapt to, okay, I can hear a pocket in this sound and I can probably get down with it if it come down to it.
Yeah.
You know who's done that perfectly damn near? Too Short. Because Too Short's been around since the late 80s, and he's got a feature with Wiz, Snoop, 50. He's still making music. Like, big-time artists are still getting him because he's the old head.
Mm-hmm.
That all he talks about is pimping.
And pimping-
Everybody loves women, especially OnlyFans. You know how many Too Short OnlyFans bars you're going to get?
Yeah.
Facts.
Too Short can do it. Too Short's the perfect example. He's got 50 albums. He's been around forever. He's on Juicy J. Jay-Z got features with Too Short.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't
A
know
week
that.
ago.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I mean? He got feet like Too Short is big in the music industry.
Him and E40.
Him and E40.
I can never get with
I
the
like
flow.
E40. I really like
I
E40.
can never
He's
get
so
with the flow,
interesting. It's
bro.
like, what told you that was the way to go?
Down his depth. He broken down apartment complex. I was like, oh man. No, he be having some stuff though.
No,
does.
he do. But yeah, I mean,
It's just you gotta adapt and have an open mind with everything because
Yeah.
it's like
it's
the old days.
subjective.
The thing about the old days.
It's the old days. Yeah.
Old days.
It's like with movies. Like, they need to stop. Like,
What you
there's
mean?
like, they're rebooting Ghostbusters again.
I'm tired of reboots.
Like, yeah, just come up with something new.
Like why?
Yeah.
Like,
Not to get away from music.
no, but
yeah, come up with
that's
something
why
new.
I think our music is always gonna have a specific like love for it because
it continues
it
to
has
grow.
it has no choice but to grow.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, my son's probably not gonna even know Eminem. Who was this old white guy
Yeah.
you were listening to?
Right.
There's no reason for me to. I mean, it was one of the
Did
things
you
where
really?
like.
I mean, man.
Just like
It's like Gucci said, are you gonna be riding around
Yeah.
with your lady listening to Eminem?
I mean, they bring
Some people maybe, but
Yeah.
my kid may not have a reason to go look for Eminem.
Yeah.
Or whoever. Maybe not even Lil Wayne.
it's just, hey, Dad, how's Eminem? And this
Yeah.
is M. This is M. I don't know if you're ready for M.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
This is
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
You're still like 10.
This is who he was, yeah.
This was Eminem.
It's just one of those things where you learn, as a listener, you learn to adapt, and you just
Yeah.
hope that the artist, him or herself, also learns to adapt.
To
Because
adapt.
if you get those people like say you get somebody like a Nicki who kind of father the generation or mother the generation, you get the Lil Waynes, you get the copycats, or like you get the first generation and like they're copycats. But if all you're gonna do in your music is complain about how you got a bunch of copycats, now I don't want to listen to you.
Yeah.
Because you can only say all y'all are my sons or I father the whole
Right.
generation so many different ways
Yeah.
before it's like, all right, you know what?
Get
You're
the
just
whole-
you're a better old person.
Yeah,
now.
like with Nicki, when
Yeah.
instead of her,
bigging up Cardi. and
because
all
they
that.
were saying she was supposed to be on that new Doja Cat song, the one that's on TikTok, the
I know
Let
what
Me
you're
Sticky,
talking about. Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever. It
yeah.
sounds kind of like Tekashi or whatever.
Yeah.
That one, and then she said, "Oh no, I just felt like I didn't fit on that song." And it's like this was like a way for you to get like obviously she has her barbs and her barbs are gonna stick with her thick and thin.
But it's like, when's the last time
But-
she did something?
Yeah, but tell me a 16-year-old girl that's listening to your bars. I asked my little cousin who's if I were to ask my little cousin who's in high school, you listen to Nicki Minaj, she'd probably be like, I don't even know who that is. But do you listen to
That is
Doja
true.
Cat? You listen to City Girls? You listen to
Meg and all of them.
Meg? Oh yeah, and
They
they
were
are
influenced.
technically strictly from Nicki. Or like in this, like in Certified Lover Boy, I guarantee you 90% of the people who heard 21 Savage's flow have no idea who 3 6 Mafia is.
They didn't know
Project
who Project Pat.
That
I
was
guarantee they
that
didn't
was
know
a
who-
trending thing.
They
on Twitter.
probably thought
People
that
were
was
saying, I
21
don't know-
Savage's flow,
Yeah.
and like, oh my god, how did he flow like that? How did he think? And I don't know. That's why I put it on my Snapchat to show the kids that I work with.
No,
that I
yeah.
have on Snapchat, like, yo,
Twitter was like flat
he
out like,
didn't
I don't
invent
know who Project Pack did.
Yeah.
And
And I
was-
don't expect them to. At all, because I mean, what's the reason for them to go back? When is the last time you heard about Project Pat?
It's been a minute.
I haven't heard
I
anything
haven't.
about Project Pat, and I grew up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? People, like Zeus said for the Donda, you just turn this on waiting to hate it. People turn it on, oh, this is going to be so trash, blah, blah, blah. You just, oh, this is that new mumble rap trash, because it's trash. You don't want to hear it, you don't listen to it. But if you just listen to it, just open mind, you'll be like, that wasn't half bad.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with all the drill rap. It was, oh, man, you can't understand. You can't understand. It's
I was in that camp.
You
I
see
was
what I'm
like
saying?
that. I don't
you
understand
hate it,
nothing
you
that's-
hate it, and then you hear it in the mood. Like I heard Uzi at a different location. I was like, this kind of slap.
Heard
I was
it?
like, this can't. This.
He started doing that little
I started,
shoulder.
yeah,
dance.
I
I started
yeah.
hearing. I started hearing a lot of drill at a lot of like parties I was going to, and I was like, I
Okay,
get it.
this
I
gets
get
it.
it.
I was like,
I get it now.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
You're like, everybody is well equipped in
Yeah.
this location.
Yeah, like all right.
It has been known. It's well known
All right.
since I walked through the door.
Like yeah, okay, I see it now. I understand.
Did you see the dude? Quick tidbit. The video where they was having like that cookout in the garage, and I guess one of their friends was an officer.
Oh yeah. That was
And,
funny
like,
as hell.
he showed up to the house in a uniform, and dude had the Glock with the 900
Yeah.
rounds on hanging out.
No.
He was.
And like the cop was cool because he like turned around, he like waited a little bit, and then he went back around.
Bro,
He
it
was
looked
"Alright,
like a
it's
big
gone."
ass L was coming off his pants,
Fact.
bro. He was.
That was ridiculous.
Oh, I'm
bro.
like, why would you ever need to shoot that man? How many, like,
how many enemies you got?
as a gun owner and even a police officer, how many times in your career should you have to shoot your gun? Maybe 10? Maybe in a 40-year career?
Yeah.
10? Why the hell did this nigga get shot 22 times? You unloaded 2 guns on him. Come on.
Facts. He has an extendo clip,
Dude,
bro.
and I'm not trying to do this, but
Get all these COD
Dude-
attachments.
bro, dude got shot outside Cook a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
54 times, bro.
That had to be multiple people.
It was one gun.
No way.
Yes. Yeah. And it just 50 shots. It probably shot 80 and only 50 of them hit him.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. The streets are dangerous. Stay safe out
Please
here.
stay safe.
But that was just pretty funny though.
That's
the dude
wild,
was, yeah. I was like, bro,
that
he
was
saw
funny.
that joint.
I
He saw that joint.
No
I
way
saw
he
it today
did.
at work. That shit was funny.
Send that to me with y'all.
Yeah,
That's funny. But is there anything else we got before we get out of here?
No, that wraps up.
We
I
just want to
guess.
establish Zoo is not a hater.
Zoo is not a hater.
Zoo is not a hater. I will give him that.
We gave this a 7.5, a collective.
Yeah, collective 7.5.
Yeah, collective 7.5.
I'm excited to see what else we got from music because Nas hinted at maybe dropping something either early next year or later on this year.
Isn't Baby Keem dropping on Friday?
Baby Keem is dropping. That should be good.
I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Kendrick may or may not be dropping before the year is out. He's on to his last album with TDE. He's getting ready to start his PG Lane thing. So I'm curious what's the next.
I thought that PG Lane thing was like that little media school.
I thought
he
it was
trying to
like
do.
media clothes or something, but
Yeah, I thought it was apparel.
But he said like this is his last TDE. He didn't say it was his last whatever. So unless he's looking at somebody else or he's gonna be strictly Aftermath, I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm excited to hear it though.
Top Dog said that's cool.
Yeah, it's one of those
I mean,
things
he
where
paid
it's
his
like
dues.
I carried more or less. Like
I
it's
started.
like-
this.
I started it. I shouldn't say carried.
And-
But I'm like the forefront. I basically you
I
can't
put
tell
this on the map.
you can't tell rap history without saying TDE.
Is Baby
And it's
Keem
West
on
Coast
TDE?
history.
No, he's signed to. I want to say Interscope. I could be wrong.
So
though.
basically, TDE is basically dead. Besides what reason?
Well, it depends. Well, reason
Reason's album
they
was
just
good.
signed somebody called Ray Vaughn. I'll send y'all some of his freestyles. He's really good. SZA's still on there,
They only got one R&B
and J Rock
chick,
is still on
though.
there. That's the same thing with Dreamville though. A lot of these rap labels only get
but
like
J
one
Rock
R&B.
isn't dropping like that. Neither is
J-Rock's not- or
Schoolboy.
Schoolboy.
Neither is Absol.
I absolutely
Absol,
dropped one since I was in high school.
Yeah, I don't
What
even-
was it? 2015? Last time he
Like,
dropped.
Nah, it might have been earlier than that. Maybe 2013, 14.
Man.
Maybe.
So
It wasn't. It was kind of a.
Hey, it
minute
was a
ago.
good run for TDE.
Yeah, my thing is
TDE or Death Row.
Death
TDE.
Row. Death Row.
TD.
Oh, here we go. Look what I started.
Oh, man.
Look what I
TDE.
started.
TDE.
Next
Yeah,
episode.
personally.
TD personal to me.
Garrick's like, all right, in the pod.
Oh, man, we doing another episode right after
Okay,
this.
so real quick, Baby Keem is signed to PG Lane, so he's under Kendrick. He's also signed to Columbia Records and something called The Orchard. I don't know what that is, but yeah. But yeah, with TDE, it's interesting because with labels have their dead time. Like even Aftermath had it before they
Right.
found
M.
So and then even when M was there, and then 50 kind of did his thing and fell off, you had kind of a gap before Kendrick got there.
Well, you had the game for a little bit, heartbeat.
Yeah, so
And then you had Kendrick. because the West Coast, like I said, the West Coast was dead for a minute.
It's one of those things where it's like they're making their stride again. I don't know if the new signings like revive anything Absol or Schoolboy decides to do, because like Schoolboy is just being a father at this point, which is cool.
I think,
Respect to him. He did. My thing is, you did what you were supposed to do. You came in,
You did
gave
3
us,
albums.
gave
and that
us
was
great albums, gave us great projects, and living your life. Like it's not gonna last forever.
it. Yeah.
So, TDs is probably just fishing for the next whoever. It's plenty of people, but not everybody's so scared to get signed now, unless they're like just dead
Because
broke.
you can make it independent now.
There's so many ways to make it
you don't
more or
really
less
need a
independent.
major.
Yeah,
Yeah. Get
So-
you a cool TikTok song. You stay.
that's all you need. Literally,
That's it.
it was a song I
Vince
found.
Staples did that with his album.
He's making his albums
He-
just to
yeah.
be heard on movies. He
And
said
2K
he like
and stuff.
he mixed them just so they can be on video games, movies, and TV.
It sounds like it if you listen to it. It's only like a 30-minute album, maybe even less, but it was a good album.
Do these real quick, since we were talking about, you just talked about the time before we get out of here. Do y'all think CLB and Donda influence longer albums again, or are we still gonna be around that 30-45 minute range?
It
You
might.
gotta be a name to get an hour and a half out of me music wise. I don't think I can get an
Nah, I
hour
feel
and a
that.
half out
What-
of Dirk.
I think it extends it to maybe an hour.
you'll
maybe
get
an hour?
maybe.
50 to an hour.
From a decent name, you'll get an hour 15.
I feel
maybe.
that. It's somebody new shouldn't probably do no more.
Older
about 7
heads might
songs.
do about 40, 50. Because Griselda, they be doing like 30-minute albums a lot. Like they
Uh-huh.
drop a new 15-minute album like every other week.
One thing I'm not a huge fan of is like a lot of songs on a short album. Like, why is your 15-minute track only?
42 minutes.
Yeah, like-
this is a lot. Like
That's a lot.
1 minute songs.
Yeah,
you
come
got
on.
a 45-second interlude, and you got the nerve to put a skit on here. Like you tripping.
Like, what are you doing? Like, this doesn't
Right.
even sound like it's supposed to go out like
Facts.
that.
I'm
But
like, man,
to each his own, I
each
guess.
his own.
We thank y'all for tuning in to another exhilarating bonus episode. If you guys have any questions, any feedback y'all want to give us, DM us at friendly_fire on IG. Also, email us at friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. Once again, friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. We've seen the comments on like the podcast stuff. We appreciate them. If you guys, like I said, want to hit us up there. Anything else before we get out of here?
Nah.
Any music artists, any whoever, send your MP3s to our email. If we like it, it's going on at the end of the podcast. We're going to be trying to get, we're trying to, expand a little bit more. We're going to try to start doing interviews with artists, people who have served, who have opinions on stuff, because we don't want to just always give our isolated views. It's more views than just us out there, so we're looking for, like I said, people that are served in the military, people who are currently artists, cooks, whatever
Somebody tell us what's going on in your life. Just tell us.
We want to talk.
Kick it with
We
us.
just want to talk and kick it. So, like I said, hit us up if you guys have anything to say. I am Rico, G Baby, the Zookeeper, Friendly Fire. Be blessed.
Peace.